Hello, friend. I want to talk to you today about 7 master keys to living in financial peace. Money is more important than your mother and father ever told you. If there was as much wisdom and emphasis placed on generating money, understanding managing it, how to multiply it, how to focus it, there would be, as there is, teaching people how to live without it. Your whole life would be radically better. 20% of what Christ talked about was money. Let's talk about first for a few minutes one of the important keys to living in financial peace. And there's a reason God stirred me. I spent an entire morning with the men here at the Wisdom Center explaining to them the importance of money and how to live in financial peace. And it's not buying what you cannot afford. It's not to see how much money can I borrow. It's not even to see how much money can I save. But let me give you the keys to, in my opinion, the Wisdom Center is worth millions, and it's completely paid for. My house is enough house. God's blessed me with a wonderful house, enough to last a man plenty of lifetimes. It's paid for, and there's a reason for that. And it's not because I'm smart in money. I don't consider myself to have any genius in money, but there's some basic things that are important. Number one, you need to be in financial peace, you need to settle God's opinion. Settle forever. What is God's opinion about my money? We know from Deuteronomy 28 that God said, if you'll follow my instructions, I literally will bless everything that you put your hand to. He said, I'll bless you going in. I'll bless you coming out. He says, if you, being an evil person, know and desire to give good gifts to people you love, how much more do I, God, love to give good gifts to people? We know in the Scriptures that He continuously told us in Psalms 112, 1, 2, and 3, that a man that would love God's law, wealth and riches would be in his house. God is into prosperity. He even explains poverty. He says, poverty and shame will come to him that refuseth instruction. All through these Scriptures, the Bible equates obedience and blessing, rebellion and tragedy. I'm sure you've read Isaiah 1 where he says, verse 17, learn to do well. So doing well is not a divine decision. It's a human decision. God is not responsible for me doing well, financially or otherwise. My decisions are responsible for the quality of my life. God is not responsible for how well I live. My decisions, and my decisions to work, to labor. Paul wrote to the church at Thessalonica and said something interesting. He said, if there's someone in your family, a brother, if there's some member of your spiritual family, someone you love, that refuses to work, withdraw from that person. Do not build a relationship with them. He said, now don't curse them. Don't try to destroy them, but do not have fellowship with them until they learn to be productive. In fact, the Bible said God would reward every man according to his work, not according to his need, not even proportionate to God's love for them. That productivity decides the rewards of a man's life. God's love has never decided the quality of your life. He can love you to 10 and bless you to number 1 on a scale of 10. He blesses you proportionate through His laws. He blesses you proportionate to your productivity. To him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. Withhold not good from someone to whom it's due when it's in the power of your capability to do it. When I'm taught this on financial peace, I emphasize that a new house will not make your family happy. There's families that have had knockdown dragouts. That's our word back in Louisiana. Knockdown dragout. That have had horrifying, some of those beautiful homes in the world, there's been divorces. People angry at one another. So a nice house will not keep your family happy. God's presence is for our joy. And you need to understand that. The beauty of a home, the safety of a home is for our protection, where we can live focused and where we can have wonderful lives. God expected us to live well. That's why He gave us the keys to living well in His Word. One of the keys to financial peace is to know the inflow of your money and where it goes. You need a budget to see, where is my money? What am I spending on it? You can come across my house and almost point to anything. I can tell you how much a column in my library cost. I can tell you in my house how much a foot of plaster cost on my home. I can tell you the cost of a piece of stone in the ground, because I believe in knowing your finances. Know the cost of everything. I learned from Donald Trump, who learned from his father to know what vendors had to pay for what they sold me. That way my negotiation matters. Negotiate everything. Learn to wait for the great things that you're looking for. Learn to get different prices and different options. Anything over $200, I want 4 different proposals, 4 costs. If something costs over $200, I want 4 different companies, 4 different proposals. Why? Money matters. There's a whole lot to this little tape. It's my way of honoring your seed of $58. Click on button 8, and you'll be glad that you did.